What's up, everybody? In today's video, we'll be talking about a huge severe weather event that's coming for basically the entire central US, and it's going to be really bad. Let's get right into this video. Now, we're going to see tons of storms that are going to be heading in. The first storm is going to head in here on Sunday and is going to also be a huge one for Saturday and Sunday across portions of the central U.S. And then we're going to see another storm come in that's even stronger on Wednesday, showing we're in a pattern of just crazy weather, constant severe weather threats coming. If we look at the dew points here, we're going to have some very moist air coming in from the Gulf that's going to support a really big severe weather threat for a lot of the U.S., guys, that is coming in here. And this is definitely going to be really concerning, as look at this moisture just moving to a lot of the U.S. on Sunday, and then another one on Wednesday, and it's just going to keep happening with a really active pattern that's going to be coming in across the U.S. here. And if we look at the SPC outlook, we already have a day 2 slight risk of severe weather for portions of western Kansas into western Missouri into southern Kansas and northern Oklahoma, and this is due to the big-time hail threat that we are going to see across portions of northern Oklahoma into southern portions of Kansas in central and western Missouri here. The tornado threat is there, but it's really slim. To be fair, it's pretty slim there. And then on day 3, the threat is going to be really bad. We're going to have an enhanced risk of severe weather coming in on day 3 for a lot of the central and eastern U.S. here, including Missouri, Illinois, Indiana, Ohio, Kentucky, Tennessee, Mississippi, Alabama, Arkansas, and Louisiana. This is a huge severe weather threat where I do expect all hazards to occur. So if you are in these orange or even the yellow areas, you do need to be getting prepared now, as I do expect the chance for strong tornadoes, very large hail, and damaging winds to all be possible, guys. This is definitely going to be a really damaging, really severe threat that's going to be heading in here, and I'm really concerned about this. So start getting prepared now for Sunday's severe weather threat. Now, the severe weather threat is going to spread further to the east on Monday with this huge severe weather threat that we are going to see across a lot of the U.S. here, spreading in from all the way down to Louisiana, all the way up through New York here. New York City's in the threat, almost up to Boston, Hartford, all the way down to South Carolina, Georgia, into Atlanta. Even Birmingham is going to be impacted by the severe weather threat. I do think that the tornado threat is going to downtrend a little bit on Monday, with the higher threat being on Sunday, but the risk for strong damaging winds, hail, and tornadoes are all possible, with the highest risk to be damaging winds with this threat here. Now, the next storm is going to come in on Wednesday, and this is going to be another significant one. The models are already showing a significant all-hazard severe weather threat, and we are still too far to get into details for this storm, since we are still too far out from this storm. But once we get closer, we will get more knowing of where the main severe threat is going to be and the main hazards that are going to be with this system. But we already have an area highlighted all the way up through Michigan, all the way down to Texas here, including Missouri, Illinois, Indiana, Ohio, southern Michigan, Kentucky, Tennessee, Alabama, into Mississippi, Louisiana, Texas, Oklahoma, into Arkansas here with this severe weather threat, and Illinois that we are going to see. So a lot of significant severe weather that is coming in, and this is just insane. I mean, the Mid-Mississippi Valley and Ohio Valley is just going to see a lot of severe weather coming to their area constantly across the central U.S. these next week to 2 weeks or so, as we get into the start of April and late March here. Now, you're also going to see a huge wintry weather threat for portions of the upper Midwest that is going to come in, guys, and this is going to be very significant here, with a big ice storm that is expected to come in here for portions of Wisconsin into Michigan, Minnesota, and the upper peninsula of Michigan, really close to the border between Michigan, Wisconsin, and Minnesota and Canada here that is going to occur. And this is going to be a big one, with the first round coming in right now with some strong storms, even thunderstorms potentially, thunder, freezing rain and stuff that is going to come in for portions of the upper peninsula. And then the big stuff is going to head in on a Saturday. Late Saturday, we're going to see this stuff transition to freezing rain across portions of central Wisconsin. We're going to see an ice storm start to come in with a bunch of sleet, actually, and then the snow side pushing into portions of Minnesota and Wisconsin. And this is going to spread throughout the night on Saturday night into Sunday morning, with a lot of freezing rain potential here, with snow over to the north and freezing rain and sleet in these regions and these regions right here in the Upper Peninsula into portions of central and northern Wisconsin. And this is definitely going to be a really concerning threat with the ARRR model just showing constant training of ice over these areas constantly Saturday night through Sunday. And this is definitely going to be a concerning threat, not just the severe weather that we are going to see on Sunday, also the ice storm that we are going to see on Sunday for these areas. And when we look at the National Weather Service and what they're saying about this, they have a big ice storm here across portions of these areas with, northern Wisconsin to the Upper Peninsula getting absolutely slammed. We have about up to a tenth of an inch of ice for portions of Minnesota north of the Twin Cities. The Twin Cities kind of right on the border of it. And then portions of northern Wisconsin across Rhinelander. You're expecting up to a half an inch, maybe even above a half of an inch of ice in this really significant icing threat here with Wausau, Wisconsin, just right on the border of that, seeing around a tenth of an inch of ice. With this in the Upper Peninsula, Marquette is going to see, a half an inch of ice, maybe even more than a half an inch of ice. This is showing 0.73 of an inch of ice in some spots in the Upper Peninsula and northern Michigan here. That's going to just be really, really concerning ice storm. Luckily, there's not too much population in these areas, but it's definitely populated enough to cause some big-time issues here with ice. So I'm definitely pretty concerned about this. Start to get your preparations in now, as this is definitely looking pretty concerning. Alright, hope everybody did enjoy this video here. Make sure to like and subscribe for more updates on this dangerous weather that is coming in. We just have a really, really active pattern that is coming in right now with multiple tons of severe weather threats that is heading in right now across portions of the central U.S. and is going to cause some big problems. So get prepared now. Make sure to like and subscribe for more updates, and bye, everybody.